In this video, we'll be walking through the process of editing captions in Kaltura Media Space. When you upload videos to Kaltura Media Space, as part of the processing, Kaltura also generates automated captions. The accuracy of the captions tends to be fairly good, but can vary. The processing time for this can also vary, depending upon the size of the video. For most videos, though, it should be done within a half hour. As part of the ADA accessibility compliance, captions need to be at least 98% accurate, so you will need to review the captions that are generated by Kaltura. To begin the process, you will log into MediaSpace and find the specific video that you would like to check and edit. Your first task is to get to the Edit menu. This can be done quicker by selecting the three vertical dot menu in the right top corner of the video info strip, and from that pop-up, choose Edit. You can also just select the video thumbnail image. Then, when in the playback window, find the three horizontal dot menu next to Share on the bottom right under the video box, and in that pop-up menu, select Edit. The horizontal navigation bar for edits that you will see will be the same for both methods. Next, you will want to select Captions from the navigation bar. In the four options that appear, select Edit Captions. The Edit Captions window will appear. In the top portion, you will find tips for captioning, along with some linked resources. Below this is the Edit interface. In the top left corner, you can edit the details, which will be the last task you do, so we will come back to that. Underneath, on the left side, is a transcript with a timestamp list with text. On the right, you will see a video playback window. Underneath the video playback window and the play-pause transport, you will see a box that simulates the playback of the captions. One last thing to point out that may help during the editing is the auto scroll toggle switch, which is on the top right corner of the video box. This turns on or off the scrolling of the transcript seen on the left side. To edit text, you will be interacting with the transcript. Clicking or selecting the text will open an edit box where you can edit the text. You can also edit the timestamp lengths, but that is a more advanced option, and for your needs, you probably won't need to adjust or play with that. So, as you begin to review and edit, you may be wondering, what should I specifically be looking for and editing? The first suggestion would be to review the tips at the top of the page. Looking at the list, we have ensure accurate representation. Captions should accurately and completely represent all spoken and relevant audible information. So generally, make sure no text is left out compared to what is spoken, and check for spelling errors. One example is when D2L is spoken, it is often written out wrong. Be aware of similar examples. Next, select the correct caption file first. This can be found in the Edit Details dropdown. Before editing, confirm you are modifying the intended caption track found in the Language and Label dropdown. Editing the wrong caption file can result in lost work or unchanged captions for viewers. This will probably not be an issue if this is your first time editing, since there will only be one choice. Use a consistent style. Caption blocks should be 1 to 6 seconds long and contain no more than 32 characters per line. Use only 1 to 2 lines per screen. Follow proper capitalization, punctuation, and logical line breaks. Here, your main focus will probably be on capitalization and punctuation. Provide clear representation. Include speaker identification non-speech information, and meaningful sound effects when they contribute to understanding. The speaker identification may not be as important if you're editing a lecture video of yourself. To help with this category, you should make sure to include descriptions of any visual content within your narration. A bad example of this would be, to help understand, look at the chart. Good would be, to better understand the concept, in this chart we can see the two categories of heat and cold are equal. If you are demonstrating any actions, make sure to orally describe them as you are doing them. Also, if there is more than one speaker included in the video, they should be identified when speaking, with their name in parentheses before the text they speak.
Also, if more than one speaker is included in the video, they should be identified when speaking, with their name in parentheses before the text they speak.
Next category, check readability and timing. Synchronize captions precisely with audio. Captions must not obscure or be obscured by important visual content. Do the best you can with this. What to watch for and try to fix is when you insert pauses while talking, and the captions display part of your last thought and the next thought before you start your next sentence. A quick example. This would be my first sentence, and this would be my second. The last tip on the list would be, verify equality of experience. Preserve meaning, intent, and tone so that caption users receive an experience equivalent to the audio listeners. Keep in mind as you review and edit captions that you don't have to worry about every little detail. Auto captioning should give you a good start, and you just need to do a little extra cleaning up. What will help with this is to first try to do your editing in small chunks time-wise, if the video is on the longer side. Also, think about chunking a larger lecture video into smaller topics or ideas that would run between 5 and 7 minutes. You can then create a playlist of the lectures afterwards. This will not only help with editing, but also the learning process for your students by lessening the cognitive load. Lastly, if you have videos that are more complex, we also have services here through OSD that can help caption for you. Once you have completed editing the text in the transcript, the next step will be to access the Edit Details menu. Here in the pop-up, you have 3 options. First is to select the language. This will appear as a choice for the viewer when accessing the closed caption options in playback. Next is the accuracy slider. As a reminder, the goal is to be at least 98% accurate. When auto-generated, it may fall around 93 to 96%. You can assume, hopefully, that you have reached 98% with your additional review. The last option is the text that will appear as a label when a user selects which caption file to present. To give yourself a reminder and your students a heads up, you can edit this to English-edited, so you and your students know you have done edits. Once you complete these 3 choices, you can select Save. The last thing you'll need to do is select Save in the top right corner. This will save all of the edits you have completed in this edit page. You will then most likely see a confirmation box to confirm your caption accuracy setting. The displayed setting is copied from what you just set. If you want to use the slider to adjust again, you can. Otherwise, just save. To go back to the full video play, scroll to the top of the page and in the right corner, select Back. To watch the video you just edited, select the Back to Media page link in the top left corner above the video box. If you want to go back to your list of videos, Select the Account User menu in the top right corner, and from the menu choose My Media. That completes our walkthrough of how to edit captions in Kaltura Media Space. Remember that accessible videos support all learners. Captions, transcripts, and thoughtful narration improves clarity, comprehension, and engagement for everyone. Start by prioritizing the videos you most often use. Then, build accessibility into your workflow over time. Again, if you need additional help, reach out to the instructional support staff or the Office for Students with Disabilities. Thank you for your commitment to creating inclusive learning experiences.